Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 58th episode of the Stateside Report UK. I'm the host for today, Stateside Humps, with birthday boy, Unk. This is the unction. This is the unction. Jeez. Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, brother.
How you
Thank you.
feeling?
Old man.
Wow.
I'm a bit under the weather as well. I'm a bit sweaty in this room. It's a bit hot. I don't know if
Say
that's
that.
maybe it's because I'm under the weather or it's because it's hot in this room. But
You
the
get to
show
a
must
certain
go.
age, everything becomes a complaint.
Yeah, dog. I wake up in the morning and my hips that pit more sore, and I'm like, yo, what have I
You hit
done?
ground, you start walking like a little glow stick. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Body's just crackling everywhere.
chai. But regardless, bro, I've had a good birthday today. Shout out to all the people that have shown love. It's a special person in your life birthday as well.
Of
Gamar
course,
J,
mumsy,
of
mumsy.
course, of
I
course.
mean, family,
Yeah,
family
no,
stuff, man.
it's a family affair, as we
You
do.
know what I mean?
You know,
No, we
The
love it. We love it.
Yeah, man.
But
So I appreciate all the love, but I'm happy to talk some NBA hoops, man. It's still. I know we're come not that far away from the summer, but I am very, very, very happy that basketball is back because you're back on live. The people are giving horrible takes.
that's what I'm saying.
Life is correct again.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, your birthday and my mom's birthday isn't the only eventful thing that's happened on November the 11th, 2025.
Oh,
Because the Dallas Mavericks have fired Nico Harrison 9 months after the Luka Doncic trade, trading Luka to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm surprised. Only thing I'm surprised about is that it's taken this long. 9 months later, Nico Harrison has finally left the building. We what was that John Cena? What was that John Cena video? We have caught
we have caught, captured, and compromised.
compromise. That's literally what it feels like. Nico
Yo,
Harrison he's left the building. You know what I mean? What's your take on it? Are you
it's
surprised that you not?
Oh, I am surprised. I am just because I felt like this is a trade that, on the face of it, horrible trade. The world almost stopped once the news got announced that Luka was a Laker, AD was a Maverick. Have you seen the pictures of AD as of recently though? He's looking a bit,
Looking
hey,
like a
Texas barbecue.
pudding.
Hey, do you know what I
Looking
mean?
like me out there.
And we're gonna talk about it as well. However, from the get-go, lopsided. When you're trading a player like Luka Doncic, you're not winning that trade. I'm sorry. Luka is too much of a good player. He's in conversations of the best player in the league. So if you're gonna do that trade, then you better hope and pray that it goes your way. And I don't have the record in front of me. In fact, yes, I do.
They're
Yes,
they're 3-8 right now.
they are towards the bottom of the Western Conference with the Pelicans and the Jazz and the Clippers. Like when they made that trade, do you think they foresaw any of that happening? Even with no Kyrie, even with a banged up Anthony Davis, even with a inconsistent Klay Thompson, Cooper Flag somehow winning the lottery. Do you think this is the start that they imagined? No chance. And it all stems from him putting his, for lack of better words, cojones on the table because it's a ballsy move, 100%. But if you're gonna do that, it needs to bang, no questions asked. I saw another thing as well in regards to. I think they played the Bucks yesterday. They lost, of course they did.
Yeah, they
And
did.
there was a fan in a Laker jersey, Luka jersey as well. He was speaking to the Mavericks team governor. And it was one of those pictures that told like 1,000 stories. There was like nobody around them. It was just those two. They were having a real intimate conversation, and then it got leaked or it got reported to it that the Mavs GM said, "Yeah, we probably missed a trick on this one."
Um,
So from when I was hearing that conversation from late last night, and from when I'm now seeing the news, am I surprised? A little bit, yes. But should I be surprised? Nah, I shouldn't.
it's a damn shame the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? If I'm a Mass fan, I'm sick to my stomach. Do you know what I mean?
Shout out.
Like
I was
we
just
said before. It's, it's like what we said before. We started recording, bro. Luca is trying to average 40 points this year. He scored 38 last night. He is below his. He scored below his average. Do you know how insane that is? And it's like I'm looking here as well. They're 27th in defensive efficiency. But Nico came in saying defense win championships. You've traded Luca going into his prime or in his prime for an Anthony Davis who always notoriously gets injured. As of right now, he's not playing. Why? Because he is injured. He has played 12 games since back end of last season, or since he got traded.
Mm.
On his first game that he played for the Mavs, he got injured. Do you know what I mean? Every time we ever have Al Jazeera Packham on, we have
Slim Dookie.
Slim Dookie on as well. I feel like all the talks on the Mavericks is if this, if that, if Kyrie comes back, if Cooper Flag, gets going in the NBA, if Anthony Davis stays healthy. But all these ifs, buts. I don't do ifs, buts, or maybes. I do absolutes. Can they stay on the court? Can they produce? Because Nico Harrison he has knocked down this building and has taken a little sellotape to try and cover the
Yeah,
cracks. But
piece
you
back
can't.
together. No.
It's impossible. Once he got rid of Luca, that was it. I'm surprised they didn't fire him there and then. You know what I mean? They took
And
so long, and it just got progressively worse. The general manager that sacked him as well was talking about how um, there's been a decline in fan attendance in merchandise sales. I'm not surprised.
really, that shouldn't be a
No,
surprise.
bro,
Be a
because
surprise.
I can't be out here paying tickets to watch an All NBA, a historic player, Luca, for 5+ seasons,
Mhm.
and then you trade him off and bring in Anthony Davis. Like I said, is always in street clothes because he's injured. Kyrie, unfortunately, obviously got his ACL injury.
Mhm.
Cooper Flag's coming as a rookie, still trying to find his way.
For playing him at point guard as well, by the way.
You hate the fact that he didn't play.
Bro, look at the record. I don't have to say anything.
You
I don't have to say
can't let that
anything.
go, can you?
I don't have to say Pim. Look at the record, bruv. It's not working.
Bro, it's a pitiful thing that's going on in Dallas right now. And obviously, getting rid of Nico, I mean, that just kind of adds the little cherry on top of the cake.
Shame. Shame for him. Does he get another GM advisory, whatever you want to call it, type role in the NBA? It'll be a while. It'll be a while, just because if you have a generational type player that rubs Nico Harrison the wrong way, he's gone. So I don't expect him to be back. I expect him to fade into the in the background. And hey, man, let's hope Dallas can revitalize this season, because they were supposed to be one of the teams that were competing at the top of the West. And
I
right now,
never believed that in the
what
slightest.
again?
I never believed that in the slightest because you've brought in AD and Kyrie, who's obviously on the team, but they've always notoriously been known for being the second option on a championship team if you wanted to call the Dallas Mavericks that. Do you know what I mean? So having all of that, and then the talk on Cooper Flag as well, bro. He's still a rookie, so I'm not even gonna say too much on
Playing
him.
out of position as well, I must say. Playing out of position. I must say.
But
This
even
guy
if he's
still didn't
playing
hear
out of
me.
position, but still the guy's a rook. Do you know what I mean? But they were talking about him like he was the best thing since sliced bread. He's alright. He's alright.
Okay.
I mean, he's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, it's I just didn't like the construction of this Dallas team once they got rid of Luca. I mean, getting rid of Luca was just the worst thing possible,
Yeah.
and obviously now they're paying for it.
There you go.
You know what I mean, Luke is getting fat shit. He's getting fat shame and everything by Nico Harrison. It's like, watch this. I'm gonna actually lose some
Bro,
couple
it's
pounds in the off
it's
season.
funny that Luca is now Slim Luca in LA and AD is now a little bit on the tubby side of things.
That's what
It's
I'm
just
trying to say,
it's very, very funny. I'm just saying.
bro.
Just saying,
It's
matey.
it's, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Obviously, we're gonna continue talking about the Mavericks and how Nico Harrison has absolutely destroyed
We
that
might have to get
franchise.
AJP back, man. We might have
We
to.
have to,
But
have to.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they might be sulking. Maybe they might be celebrating that he's finally left the building.
Oh, but they're not
But
celebrating that 2-13 record or whatever the hell it was.
absolutely not,
Mm-mm.
bro. It's not good basketball. It just isn't. But obviously, the team that benefited from this Luka trade is the Lakers, and it's saying here LeBron James is expected to practice with the South Bay Lakers this week as he ramps up his return. Obviously, he hasn't played or hasn't started the season for the first time in his NBA career, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? The guy's up there as well. Do you know what I mean?
I bet.
It's an unction everywhere.
Yeah, it
Do you
is
know what
really.
I mean? So, so he's one of those ones. Obviously, he's looking to try and get back into full fitness.
Mm.
Um, I've to be fair, I've been strong in my opinion that I think moving forward, I think the Lakers just need to not get rid of LeBron, but I think it'll be better if they went the route of making the Lakers Luke's team. Do you know what I mean? Building the whole thing around Luca, and as you're seeing right now, they are benefiting from it. Do you know what I mean? Luca needs the ball in his hands. As great as LeBron is playing off the ball, naturally he likes to play with the ball in his hands. Do you know what I mean? Austin Reeves as well. You can see that his partnership with Luca is getting better and better as well. You know what I mean? Surrounding them too with shooters. I mean, obviously you can't buy LeBron's experience and talent and just play off all of that stuff. You can't buy that. But how well would LeBron look when he does get back? You know what I mean? At the age of 40, 41, he's still, some would say, arguably top 10 in the league. So it kind of splits opinion. Some will probably want LeBron to come back. Others will probably say maybe we are good without LeBron. You know what I mean? We've got Lucas, so we don't need him back.
Mm.
What do you think?
It's interesting just because I feel like it goes without saying that you have two of the best playmakers in the NBA on your roster. You have two of the highest IQ guys on your roster. To say that you can't figure it out to play together to make it work in regards to competing in the West for a championship, I just can't see the argument that they can't. You have a situation where even if you want to make Luka the face of the Lakers and you want to put the ball in his hands more, that's fine. You still got one of the top 5 best playmakers to maybe run a second offense, give Luka a break when he needs to, come off it a little bit because, conditioning has been a thing with Luka. A lot of that is because he has the ball in his hands all the time. But now he has ball handlers like LeBron James, like an Austin Reeves as well, who has started the season great, started amazingly in both of their absences as well. So I'd like to think that, this narrative of pushing LeBron James out of the door just because of the age, when he hasn't really shown you that he's fallen that far of being, a top 10 player in the league. I just think people need to pipe down on it. Personally, let's see how he starts the season, of course. I will even lean towards what you're saying in regards to Luka is the future. Luka's averaging bloody 40 points. Let's not just take the ball out of his hands and give it to LeBron James because he's LeBron James. But they can find a way to play together 100%. And I don't like the narrative that they can't.
I mean, obviously that's what I was saying. It does split opinion, but LeBron is still LeBron. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, LeBron is still LeBron. So once he does get back, people are gonna see how great he is. Like we were saying before, we started recording. Fans are fickle. You know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind is kind of how most fans think. Until obviously the player comes back, and you're like, "Wow, I didn't know this player was actually as good as he is." Even if his name is called LeBron. Do you know what I mean? And my phone right now is bugging, so it's just turned off. So if you could just read the last bit of the headlines,
This guy.
and I mean, it's
You wouldn't
fitting.
think this guy's reporting off a laptop as well, by the way. He can literally open the
I,
dock on his laptop. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I could download. To be fair, I've got myself a new phone as well.
Have you?
I was just yeah, I was just trying to set it up before
Fair play.
it started, but
Fair play. Don't worry.
it's kind of fitting that obviously I'm passing you the rock as it's your beloved Kings. So if you don't
No,
mind,
it is my
letting us know what's going on
well.
in lovely Sacramento.
Well, it's not that lovely, mate. I'm telling you right now. Zach LaVine has openly criticized the Sacramento Kings defense. They are currently 3-7, 11th in the Western Conference. Yes, it's kind of dark. I'm not gonna lie. It's a situation where it's like coming into it, I knew defensively it was always going to be a problem, just because you're asking a starting lineup, our best probably starting lineup, everybody being healthy, is, let's say for argument's sake, Westbrook, Malik Monk, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis. You could even throw in Keegan Murray in there if you want to take out Malik Monk. Cool. There's not a lot of defense there to begin with, and there's not a lot of defense that's coming off the bench either. Dennis Schroeder has been playing horrible basketball since he stepped foot in Sacramento, and that's surprising to say because I like the acquisition. When we signed him in the summer, obviously he was coming off, the FIBA tournament and he played excellently, but just hasn't done it at the moment in Sacramento. Russell Westbrook, to his credit, has been excellent. He's been great. He's been scoring off the bench. He's been obviously leading the second unit, and he's been playing, decent defense. He can't be the best defender on the team, though. That's not happening if you want to just make the playoffs or even let alone let the play in. So I had my concerns when, Doug Christie was going to be announced the coach, because younger guy, he has his ideas, but the roster is not where it needed to be. And traditionally, we're not that much of an, aggressive franchise when it comes to, if we see some sort of a window for maybe to play in, let's do it. No, we make little shrewd signings here and there. Then sure they here. Jay Crowder a few years ago there. Other little bits and bobs as well. Trey Lyles a few years ago there. We never make the big splash that is like, we have a defensive issue, we're going to get this guy to solve it. No, we just try to put a plaster in it and hope for the best. So early in the season, I'm not going to lose hope. I still believe that, we can make the playoffs because there's some bad teams in the West now. There's some bad teams in there this year. But defense has got to improve. Zach LaVine is 100% right.
You still believe in this project?
Have to, matey. Have to. If there's no belief, there's no delusion. So I have to, matey. Yeah.
I mean, I hear it. I hear it, but to be fair, I kind of second echo what you're saying there, because with the Kings, it never felt like, it always felt like you guys were getting players to just pass through Sacramento. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't really there for the long haul. There wasn't really there to stay and kind of set some sort of an identity. Do you know what I mean? Some sort of culture in Sacramento. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you brought in winners in your Westbrooks, in your Schroeders, um, who are used to playing on good teams. I mean, they play together. Do you know what I mean? They play together, um, and won a lot of games. Schroeder, as apparently, is the best player in the world. If you want to get technical,
Hey man, hey MVP in a World Cup style tournament. Hey man,
oh my
best player
god,
in the world, man. I'll give it the
hasn't
wall
he
because
gone back to
the
back?
achievements say less.
Has he not gone back to back?
Oh,
Didn't
he
he win
might have, you know.
MVP? Didn't he win like MVP in like
Ah,
2023 or something?
scratch even best in the world. Hall of Famer,
But
first ballot.
but that's what I'm trying to
D-Day.
say. When he's in a set system and everything's set up for him, there's a solid foundation.
Yes.
Certain players just perform better like that. Once they're in a set system, once they're in a set culture, identity of way to play. Other players are the identity. Other players are the system. Do you know what I mean? And I
Mm.
don't think Schroeder has ever been that player. And Westbrook in 2025 just isn't that player anymore. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you get what you can get from him, but there's only so much his points, rebounds, assists can really carry this terrible Kings team.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And it's a little bit of a sad one because it feels like it's a never ending cycle with the Kings. Do you know what I mean? You get these type of Hall of Fame players in, but like I said, it always feels like they just pass them through Sacramento. So you get that little bit of joy, but then when it really gets down to it, you see, like you just mentioned, it feels like cracks are being papered over.
And to be fair, to solve obviously all of the problems over there, I know we've got a lot to talk about, but very briefly on this, there is a situation scenario where DeMar becomes really unhappy. Then we got to trade him. That's a big scorer. Zach LaVine, he's not got that long left on that crazy contract that he signed a few years ago. If somebody feels like he might take us over the edge, that little bit of scoring punch with a quote unquote expiring deal in the next couple of years, maybe. So I could see it in regards to a realistic destinations for, both of those two in particular, because they're, big part of the offense. Sabonis would probably leave in that situation as well. But I could see a full-on tank happening, if not this season, in the next couple, because that's the only thing that's going to be a saving grace for Sacramento, because as of right now, we ain't winning no championship. We barely gonna make the playoffs. We might not even make the play-in.
Hashtag accept the tank. That's all I'm saying.
It's tough to accept though, man.
I mean, what do I say? You dread it, you run away from it, but the inevitable is still here. Just accept the tank. Do you know what I mean? Just start all over.
Where did it find
Because
you coming back to me?
you just need successful teams always have an identity, always have a culture. But if you ask me what the Kings culture is or identity is, couldn't tell you, mate.
Bruv, scoring and inshallah, bruv.
Hate to see it.
Yeah,
Hate
man.
to see it.
You can marry him
I'm
back
seeing
here, so when he comes back.
but why do you have this guy as such high esteem? What is it gonna be? Your franchise player once everyone else leaves.
Brother in Christ, most rookie threes in an NBA season. There's talent
That's
there.
but when did he do that? 2023?
His rookie season, of course, yeah.
But that's when you had the clutch player of the year. That's when you were lighting the beam every other
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why I fell in love, because they like the beam thing.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Has the beam even been lit? Like what?
Oh, Westbrook lit the beam not that long ago.
That's the start of the season, right? It just got there. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to sweeten them up a little bit. But yeah, it's dire in Sacramento. I don't want to keep sitting here lying to you saying that there's a light at the end of saying that there's light at the end of the tunnel for Sacramento, because that light at the end of the tunnel is an oncoming train. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately,
What an analogy.
it's looking a bit bleak in Sacramento. I can't lie. Moving over to the another team in the West. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, he's back. He was back from injury. Obviously, had I think it was a hamstring injury that kept him out for the start of the season. You had guard play from Dylan Harper. You had Stephon Castle, and all the other guards there playing really good basketball. Wemby as well. Obviously, apparently they're trying to crown him MVP start of the season. Rightly so, to an extent. I mean, from his play, but then obviously slowly but surely, Wemby was having some difficult games. Do you know what I mean? Teams were being ultra physical with him. You were gonna say?
I was gonna say though, it comes to a point where it's like, you're going on this MVP charge, but you slow down to a certain point because you just need help. You need help in
You
this
do
league.
need help, exactly. Because
yeah, go on.
when he went to Phoenix Suns, I think it was last week, he put up 9.
Yeah,
Was it 9 points and 6 turnovers? Something ugly like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
It just didn't look good. And obviously, the guard play that they had from Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, they're very inexperienced. Do you know what I mean? So they don't know how to give Wemby that required help to get him out of that slump. But one player that does know how to do that, that has been there and done that, is De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? Former clutch player of the years, we were just saying, for your mighty Kings.
Ah,
You know what I mean? There's a reason why they gave him all that money. I know it kind of looks a bit weird that they've drafted all these guards when they already had De'Aaron Fox over there. But you can't deny what Fox gives you in terms of scoring, in terms of playmaking, in terms of big shot making. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
He even said in one of his post game interviews that he's really good at basketball, which he is. Do you know what I mean? And he takes a lot of that scoring load, a lot of that offensive playmaking load off of Wemby. Do you know what I mean? So then it just gives Wemby that platform to perform and do what he does best. As you saw in Chicago last night, I think it was. I mean, I think it was tie game, and he just waved everyone off. Do you know what I mean? At that point, he had like five
spoil.
out of eight threes. I mean, he was feeling himself. Do you know what I mean? When you have Fox there and he gives you that sort of decoy, do you know what I mean? Because he'll give you that scoring threat, so teams still have to guard him. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? It gives Wemby that opportunity to play one on one. Do you know what I mean? And if you're bringing out Vucevic to the top of the key against Wemby, I fancy Wemby's chances 9 times out of 10. Do you know what I mean?
I have to agree with you 100% in regards to, De'Aaron Fox being there, done it, an experienced guy at this point. And like you said, there's a reason they gave him all that money because he's the best guard on their roster. He is the second option behind, in my eyes, an MVP candidate. I know you probably see it a little different now. I understand that, get it. You have your biases, but you can't deny 8-2. You can't deny what's this man averaging right now? I just had it in front of me. Hold on, give me 1 second and I'll give it to you. He's averaging right now.
Wemby.
Yeah, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists,
How many
4 blocks.
blocks?
So you can't, oh, excuse me, I even read his career averages. It's better. 25, 12, 3 with how many blocking there? 4 blocks again.
Four
So
blocks, bro.
that's great. I know that. But who's going to be the next person that's supposed to, help him out? I know Stephon Castle is averaging, a young 18, but you like to think that younger player started the season nice and hot. And I get that they're 8-2. You like to think that's going to, go down and middle out a little bit because you have a proven 20 plus point a game scorer in De'Aaron Fox. You have somebody who's been clutch player of the years and has taken big shots, made shots, gone to the playoffs, went second game to a Golden State team. There's some things, we were just talking about it in regards to the Lakers and LeBron. You can't just, find experience just lying in your gym. You know what I mean? If it's there and you have somebody like a De'Aaron Fox, the conversation in regards to trading him away all of a sudden just because you like the start that Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle has made, cut it out. Because if De'Aaron Fox is not on the roster this season and you're thinking that a rookie and a second-year guy is going to lead them not to a championship because that's what they're trying to do, it's not happening. It's not happening. So I fully expect De'Aaron Fox, who's a smart enough player, by the way, as well, to come in, not do too much, understand the trajectory that Wemby is on, while still giving him at least 20 and that probably a young 6 assists in there as well. Easy.
Typical Sacramento Kings fans. See how they talk about Fox like he's some guy. What?
And do you know what's mad? He left under a dark cloud as well. But talent is talent, man. I know good talent when I see it, man.
Facts. No, Fox, he's big time. Do you know what I mean? He's big time, and I think Sacramento, he's come back from injury at the perfect time. Do you know what I mean? And Wemby, I'm sure he's glad to see him. Obviously, with Dylan Harper as well, I think he had like a little calf strain, which we're saying in NBA terms nowadays, a calf strain.
Yeah, you don't play with that. You don't want to play with it.
Absolutely not. So yeah, so they obviously that gives Harper a little more time to recover, so he doesn't feel rushed back because you have Fox,
Exactly.
a much better player at this moment in time. In Memphis,
Oh dear.
Ja Morant is talking about how he's lost, his love for basketball, how he's lost his love for the game, which always spells in this case that I want out. I mean, we've seen this with Jimmy Butler in Miami as well. I mean, talking about I've lost the love for the game and this and other. When he goes to Golden State, all of a sudden is a completely different player. I mean, OKC played Memphis. I want to say Sunday. Ja went 3 of 18 for the game. I would say this about Ja. Since 2022, when he was going head to head with Steph Curry, it was the only time I think last time Memphis won a playoff series was that 2022 series. I forgot who it was against, but at that time, I was watching a little clip on Twitter and seeing the matchup with Golden State, and what I realized was there's a lot of juice in the crowd. There's a lot of pop from
Yes.
Ja's game, from Jaren Jackson Jr., the whole thing, the fans. I mean, it's the fans. It felt when I was when OKC played Memphis, there was no life in that stadium. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's directly correlated to how Ja's playing and how Ja has been for the past couple of years. Do you know what I mean? His game hasn't improved in any way. Players like your Shays, like your Lucas, like your Anthony Edwards, they've lapped him, and it's sad to see sometimes because every time he gets the ball, I'm like, let him shoot. Do you know what I mean? Stop pushing, let him shoot. He got ass, man. Go at him, go at his heart.
What is hard?
Go at his heart. That's literally how it feels like every time I see Ja play. I'm like, bro, what happened to the player that I know and loved? You know what I mean? And it just he just seems a shell of himself. So obviously when he's saying he's lost love for the game and stuff, it's sad to see. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if he can get that back if he goes to a different environment or if he just, as the kids say, washed.
Washed is a big word, to be fair. That's been thrown around as well, because just like you said, the heights that this guy was, in and around just a few years ago, he was maybe not like the best player in the league, but in terms of like face of the NBA, and Allen Iverson, like, reincarnated, those are the kind of conversations that John Morant was put in. And obviously the team success came with that. But do you remember last year, Jaren Jackson Jr., the famous quote, could be worse, we could be homeless. Just like you said, when the guys start talking like that, the show is over. These men are defeated before the jump ball has even happened, And just like you said, I remember the Lakers, they played them a few weeks ago as well. And you could just tell Ja was just going through the motions, On defense, he went trying. On jump shots, you could tell he was shooting lazy. And that all stems from, hey man, he's just not happy. And I understand he's been through a lot in regards to, all the God stuff that happened in Memphis and all this pressure of, facing the league. Can you be one of those best players in the league? In Memphis, I get it, because there's not a lot to scream home about in Memphis, Tennessee, I'm afraid to say. And, I understand that he was once on that pedestal. Could he get back on it if he gets a trade to another team? I could see it. I could.
I mean, Memphis, they're team that obviously, or just a city that wear their heart on their sleeve. Do you know what I mean? You had your
Yeah, you have
Marcus
to,
Gasol,
because
you
there's
had your
not a lot there.
Zebos.
There's not a lot there.
Exactly, Marcus Gasol, Zebo, Mike Conley.
Yeah,
They
Tony Allen, all these men.
grit and grind. Do you know what I mean? They set a precedent. They set an identity that have made it easy for players like your Jaws, like your Jaren Jackson Jr.'s to come in and elevate that. Do you know what I mean? Be better than what your Marc Gasols and these guys set in around early 2010s. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And Ja as well. He's from Memphis, right?
Ja? No, he from. Oh, good question. I'll research that for you now, but I don't believe he's
Yeah.
from Memphis.
But it's just like the way he is. I mean, he's very
Oh, he's
outspoken.
taking
Very
in their culture and he's taking it in. I know what you mean by it.
exactly. He's very brash. He's very outspoken. Do you know what I mean? He talk his stuff, but
Mm.
then everyone loves that until you can't back up what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? Because Anthony Edwards as well. A lot of people love him because he will talk the talk, but he will also produce on the basketball court.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But Ja, it looks like back in the day when when I say back in the day, it's like what 3 years ago when he was talking, but he was still backing it up. Do you know what I mean? He was still
Yes.
showing up in the playoffs, putting up big numbers. But now all he's doing is just talking, but he's not performing on the court. So it's very difficult for fans to get on your side. Do you know what I mean? When you're talking and you're not backing it up, and then now you're saying, I've lost my love for the game and stuff. It almost feels like a little bit of a cop out. You know what I mean? Got the coach fired as well. But I don't want to say he got the coach fired, but I'm
Listen,
sure he would have had his he would have had he would have had some sort of say in it. You know what I mean? In Jenkins getting fired. So
Mm.
it's looking bleak in Memphis as well.
He is from South Carolina, just like Zion as well, by the way.
I'm seeing a trend here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Seeing a trend here.
But I'll disagree with you in regards to the falling out of love for the game, because I think that can happen, especially when you're, unhappy. I feel like you still have to carry the weight of a franchise on your shoulders when you just don't want to anymore. There's, I think, some human elements that are easily missed just because you're supposed to be Ja Morant. You're supposed to make all this money. You're supposed to be face of the franchise. You're supposed to be one of the best players, or at least best point guards in the league. So when you're not that, yeah, naturally you're going to question that. But, a change of scenery can do wonders for many people. So I know my Kings, we've been speaking about them. They're linked. I saw Toronto was linked as well. Maybe a whole new country is what the boy needs. I've seen a few other teams out east as well that could potentially use his services. I think a trade has to materialize, because if it doesn't, Memphis is not going anywhere anytime soon. And how he's been speaking, you can't just get that happiness back. You have to win a lot of games for that to happen, and that's not happening in Memphis.
And yeah, it's like I was gonna ask as well. Like when a player says they've lost the love of the game, do you think just change of scenery is just the best and only option, or are there any other?
I even tell you this: they fined him the other week for conduct detrimental. And
Yes.
I followed as you do as well. I followed the NFL very closely, and I remember Shannon Sharp I think said it one time. Conduct detrimental anything is a little bit kiss of death, just because it's obviously depending on what you've done and how severe it is, that is a team's excuse to take money from you. And because it's contract detrimental, they can, they could really violate you, or if you've, if you want to slap you on the wrist, they can, just take a little bit of piece in there. But
Mm.
if those contract detrimental things keep happening, because I like to think that he's not going to be somebody who's just going to button up. You've seen the way his celebrations are. You've seen him just in life on social media. I'd like to think that we haven't seen the last of him getting fined, him getting, conduct detrimental fines, especially. And like I said earlier, I believe those are the kiss of deaths. Too many of them. Oh, 1,000,000%. I could put my house on that. He'll be gone from Memphis by the end of this season, before this trade deadline.
It just don't look good. It don't look good at all. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like obviously when I really keyed in on him when we played him on Sunday, and he's not that guy anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe that change of scenery will do him good, but who wants to take Jaren is a question.
Hey, man, you think you need to remember there's some bleeding franchises out there.
I don't know if Jar can stop a bleeder right now the way he's playing. Maybe he might compound to it, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Do you want to play a game?
Well, you never asked me. Play a game. Swing the rock. Say
Yeah,
that.
let me pass the ball
Oh,
back to you.
yeah, you handled your point guard responsibilities much better than you did last week, I must say.
Hey, I mean, experience. You know, playoff experience is invaluable.
And what did I say? You can't just find it in your gym. If you
That's
got
what
it,
I'm
you got
saying.
it. You have to take care
It's
of it. You know what I
invaluable.
mean?
You have to do the reps, man. You have to live with the
Yeah,
reps.
yeah, doggy. This one, it's a bit of winner stays on. We haven't. I think this is our first winner stays on, of this of
Of the
this
season.
new season. Yeah, of this new season. And it pertains to a little bit what we just spoke about in regards to Ja Morant, and it's basically winner stays on. What's the best way I can even word this, Stateside Hump? Which duo do you see ending first? I think that's the easiest way I can say it. So our good friends at Bleach Report put in a load of, NBA duos that could be potentially on the rocks. And Stateside Hump, in a winner stays on fashion, I just want you to tell me who you see breaking up, the quickest, essentially. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for the people?
Let's do it.
And funny enough, this one is the first one. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., or Kawhi Leonard and James Harden.
Ooh. I don't know. I think the Clippers want to stay so relevant.
It's not good in Clipper Town, by the way,
It's not. That's another unction going on over there. But
Yeah,
it's not looking good there. But I think the Clippers they want to stay relevant so much that they'll hold on to Harden and Kawhi. So I'm gonna go with Ja and Triple J.
Ja and Triple J, Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
Ja and Triple J.
Ja and Triple J, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner.
Ja and Triple J.
Ja and Triple J, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns.
Ja and Triple J.
Ja and Triple J, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid.
Apparently Embiid has got a swelling in his knee or something like that.
He's going to be out. I mean,
But that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just saying.
It's like when we had the episode with Sam. It's very difficult for teams for that Sixers team to let go of Embiid. There's an emotional connection that I feel like is just going to keep him there. So I'll go with Ja and Triple J for now.
Ja and Triple J, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan.
Ooh. That duo could get split up tonight. Do you know what I mean? But again, I think the Kings would want to keep him. So I'll go with Ja and Triple J. I think the writing's on the wall for this Memphis duo.
Ja and Triple J, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ooh.
Last one.
I mean, then again, LeBron, it's Ja and Triple J. Let's go with Ja and Triple J on that one.
Oh, you contemplated on that LeBron one now because, we could be seeing the end as early as this year.
Facts.
Yeah,
Age. You know what I mean?
I told you earlier that I've been hearing trade LeBron narratives. I'm just saying. He got the no trade clause, so he can
It's
just put it
close
anywhere.
though. It's close though. But I
But,
think if LeBron comes back and he's playing well, that could determine it. Like, can we give him another year? You know what I mean? Can we run it back?
yeah.
We get
No, I was gonna say you say, but I saw an interview with my football fans Cristiano Ronaldo today, where he
oh
said,
yeah.
"I probably got 1 or 2 years left in me. I'll be real." And I
They
said,
need to
"Wow,
go home to their wife and kids, man. I'm telling you.
no."
You hit
Oh,
40,
Ronaldo got
41,
like
you're telling me, I still
700
got a
billion
year in
in the
me.
bank. He'd be all right. He'd be fine.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, then again, like I keep saying, I think the Lakers just giving Luka the keys to the city might just be better. Do you know what I mean? But I can't fathom LeBron retiring or even leaving the Lakers
Mm,
since he's been there in 2019.
mm. But I saw a video that went round, did the rounds on Twitter the other day of one of his first interactions as a Los Angeles Laker, and I was like, his beard is smaller, the wrinkles ain't as much, just a little bit less grey. I said, damn,
He looked younger. I seen that exact same video.
yep, crazy, crazy. But it's life in it. I know it too well today.
Facts. Facts.
Mm.
Facts.
Regardless, I will. As you know, I was just here for an interval. I was just a little spark plug off the bench. I'll swing the rock back to you, so you can take us through what you have in store in regards to the Eastern Conference.
The Eastern Conference and your Detroit Pistons.
Right,
I mean,
Detroit.
on a 7-game winning streak, started the season 9-2. You've got Cade Cunningham averaging 25 points, almost 10 assists. You've got Jalen Duren having 19 points, 11 rebounds, couple blocks. They look like the real deal. Should I buy some stocks in the Detroit Pistons, or is it just a flash in the pan? What are we saying?
When I said in the summertime that Cade Cunningham top 5 point guard argue with the wall, you all laughed at me. You
I
all
was
laughed
one
at
of
me.
them as well.
Well, I have to say, I'm not even going to finish it. They know. They
You're
know.
not laughing now, are you?
Yeah, no, you're not laughing now, are you?
Hey, shout out for Raj, man.
That dirty, dirty boy.
Shout out,
Uh,
Nige.
bro, honestly. Now, bro, Cade Cunningham has been on the tear for this whole year. Look,
Facts.
if I'm reading off in that 7-game stretch, 46 points in the most recent one, 26, 34, 31, 33, 21, 30.
Read the shooting splits.
I'm not gonna be doing that. Stateside Humph, 43% from the field. We're not gonna read the 3-point percentage. Dark. But
Bro, but then you got to do whatever you have to do
oh, they
to
winning
get
games,
me
right?
there.
Yeah, they winning games, right? So
Facts.
if it means that I'm gonna shoot 25% from free, but I'm giving you 40 points and we're winning games, we're winning 7 in a row. Why do you care? Why does it
By any
matter?
means necessary.
Yeah, they're top of the
Facts.
East right now.
Facts.
We were talking about them. I ain't gonna say you went. I was very high on them last season in regards to I understood the jump and I saw the vision when it comes to Cade Cunningham and I liked how the roster was constructed. And now this year, not even arguably, they have made it better. You've seen the jump that Jalen Duren has made as well. I remember when he was coming into the league, he was getting Dwight Howard comparisons in regards to the body type, the game, of course, inside big, inside around the basket. And look what he's doing these days. He's 20 and 20 pretty much every night.
He's
So,
built like a brick shit house as well.
oh, matey. They're doing this, a lot of this, by the way. Jaden Ivey injured. I saw Thompson injured. Tobias Harris
Harris as well has been injured as well.
do you know what I mean? But because they've built this team in and around Cade Cunningham, because they understand the caliber of player that is right in front of them, they're flying. And we had a video that did very well. Thank you for the Stateside Report UK socials about Shea and not putting or giving him his flowers in regards to top 10. No. This guy could be really top 5, top 1 on his day. I'm not gonna go that far in regards to Cade Cunningham, but if he messed around and he made All NBA, if he messed around and, was up there for Clutch Player of the Year, a consideration outside shout for MVP, me personally, I would not be surprised because I saw it coming. I can't speak for the rest of you, but the Pistons understand what they have and the standings, it shows. He's hooping. I don't care what the shooting percentages say. He's that guy.
No, 100%. 100%. Obviously, I had my skeptics. I think that's a word. I was, what was it called? I had my speculations.
Yeah, I was a bit, skeptic is the word.
I was a bit skeptic. The English ain't really the first language, so we're freestyling a bit.
You
what I
know?
mean? I was a bit skeptical if the Pistons could replicate what they done last season. Do you know what I mean? I think they went from I want to say 8 wins or 13 wins, something like that, and jumped straight up to 41 wins last season. Do you know what I mean? That's a big jump. So then certain teams you look at it, it's like, is there a flash in the pan? Was it just the right moment, right time with the right players? Or can Cade and that team build off of that season? You know what I mean? Played the Knicks as well as they could possibly play them in the first round. Lost both games at home or lost both their home games as well, which obviously showed their inexperience. But then can you come into the season with Kate Cunningham making that jump? I'm so obsessed with seeing players make a jump from how well they played the season before, especially
Mhm.
top players that you're putting them in conversations of top five point guards. If you're in certain conversations, I need to see you. I need to see you make the jump, like your Paolo Banqueros. But we're gonna get into that.
Oh dear.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
And
course.
can you make the jump? Because Detroit was looking bleak. It was looking ugly for them.
Mm.
But then obviously Cade turned their fortunes around. They drafted well. Do you know what I mean they're playing good brand of basketball? They're seeing that Cade is a big 6'8", 6'9" guard, and that likes to drive into the paint. Can we now get shooters around him so we can open up the lane a little bit more for him? Do you know what I mean? Can we elevate his playmaking by bringing in these shooters, by bringing in these players to complement his strengths? And you can see that he's taken advantage of that. Obviously, he's got obviously his inefficiency issues because he's still learning to be that number one option
Yes.
and showing up every single time. So I won't knock him for that. Not yet, anyway, because obviously he'll come to a point where he will need to be a little more efficient. Do you know what I mean? But at this moment in time, if he's giving you a 7 game winning streak and started the season 9-2, and he's been the integral part of that, there's nothing more you can do than credit it. You know what I mean?
Mm. Exactly. And, I'm just happy that you've given me my flowers because the next topic of
It's
conversation,
your birthday today, man, Jay. I thought I'd be a little
ah,
nice. I thought I'd be a
ah,
little nice.
but I'm happy that Cade does, it seems like he's going to be a really good player this year. And I'm excited to see where the Pistons go because you know me, like me some Detroit basketball.
100%. I'm gonna definitely watch a lot more Detroit basketball because yeah, Cade is balling out, man.
I'm nervous now. I'm scared.
But then, there's always drama in the NBA. You know what I mean? When is there ever not? And your Orlando Magics as well. Your
My
Orlando
Orlando Magic,
Magics.
where did that come from, bruv? Where
No,
did that
because
come
you were
from?
big. No, because you were big on them last season. And to be fair, I bought into it a little bit. I
Mm,
bought into it a little bit because they faced the Celtics, I think, back to back years. They didn't really
yes.
put up too much of a fight 2 seasons ago, but last season I think they lost in 5 or 6, but still they were
No,
they
but it
were
was
more
close.
competitive. Do you know what I mean? They were
Yes.
more competitive. They played really well when they were fit and healthy. Injuries kind of hurt them last season, but this season again with Paolo being put in certain talks, obviously it's not his fault that people are speaking about him the way that they are. But if you've shown me certain potential things in the playoffs in previous years, can you make that jump as we were talking about with Cade Cunningham? Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? You've got a talent player in Franz Wagner. You've brought in Desmond Bain. You've got Anthony Black. You've got Jalen Suggs. This it's a decent team.
Mm.
3-point shooting wise, one of the worst, if not the worst team in the league. But you've
I
got
think
your
it might be the West
strengths.
again. It's just 2 years in a
That's
row now.
that's what I'm trying to say. But then obviously you bring in players like your Desmond Bain, who obviously ironically scored a game winner on a free last night.
Mm.
But still, can you leverage your strengths? Can you take this team to another level? Because they were talking about the Magics as the number one seed because obviously the window's open with Tatum not being there, Tyrese not being there, but they still look like the same old Orlando Magics. You know what I mean? When certain teams haven't been there before, it's very difficult for me to really get on that bandwagon and say, oh yeah, this year might be different. I'll
Mm.
believe it when I see it. What you see him.
Same thing as that I'm seeing, I don't see that much. Obviously, the standings will say something else, but I don't see that much difference between them and last year, which is obviously saying something because, as you said, I was very high on them in the summer in regards to the moves that these guys are making, the jumps that I'm expecting their star players to make, especially. These guys could be contending in Eastern Conference Finals, maybe in the NBA Finals. Now, there's a lot of people that's putting this solely, for lack of better words, at Paolo's feet, which I believe is extremely unfair. I do have my concerns about Paolo in regards to I don't think he knows his game yet. In regards to you think of the best players, in the NBA, they usually have a good few skill sets that if everything is falling, on his face, they can fall back on and be like, "I'll get it done this way." He's shooting subpar 30% from free. right now. Loves a mid-range shot, but really shouldn't be taking too many of them. And obviously, he likes to drive to the rim. He likes to play make as well. I like to think he likes to think of himself as, you know, an athletic kind of guy on defense. He's in this predicament, it feels like, where he's trying to do everything when it's, I don't know, I feel like maybe a conversation needs to be had to him in regards to specializing a role, that this is what you're going to do. Try to do less of this because this is what France is here to do. Try to do less of this because this is why we got Desmond Bain. This is why we got Tyus Jones, who's been awful, by the way. This is why Jalen Suggs is the point guard. You know, I think that he still has ways to go in terms of a player, but he needs to figure out his game first and what he can really lean upon to be an effective player. And in saying all that, it's still not his fault that they're losing games. Their bench production is awful. Their shooting splits are awful as a team. You know, like you said, that outlier game winner by Desmond Bain, yeah, great, won him the game. But if I look at the, you know, advanced stats now, they're one of the worst the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. Again, you can't want to be a championship aspiring team, and you know the advanced numbers and obviously what everybody's doing production wise is not aligning with your beliefs and goals. So I'd like to think that, you know, the drama and the rift in regards to Paolo, the coaching staff, maybe it's Franz, maybe it's the whole bench. Everyone needs to come together, have a conversation, realize what the goal and what they're trying to do is, as well as give people defined roles. We spoke about it a few weeks ago in terms of accidental basketball. The ball just lands up in people's hands and they just do anything because, oh, coach just told me go play free. You know, we're supposed to be positionless. Everybody's just doing anything. Let me go do something. You know, that's cool. But when it's not working, now you need to start defining roles and you need to start telling people this is your job. Do less of this because that's his job. I don't think that's being done in the Orlando, and that's why I think they're struggling.
You think the coach isn't setting up pre-planned sets to put them in the best situation because Paolo's almost being like what's it called, a jack of all trades but a master of
That's
none.
nothing. Yes,
Yeah, I
you
mean, but
know.
at this stage of his career, as you're saying, he don't have his bread and butter. Like
No.
when all else fails, this is what I set. This is what I set my hat on. You mean
Mm,
he don't have that? You know what I mean, and obviously, there's always been complaints about Paolo's the number one pick, but he rarely ever gets any sort of attention. You know,
mhm.
putting him on TV and stuff like that. But you have to play a way to be put on the big screens. I mean, you have to play a way to be put in front of the bright lights. But it's just from the way he's playing, like you're saying, if he don't know his style of play, if he's not confident in what his style of play is and what the identity of the Orlando Magic is, something has to give. And every single time that happens, it's always the coach. And in this case, Jamal
Oh yeah.
Mosley, that's
Mhm.
obviously gonna get the brunt of it.
Exactly, and I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if it happens when it happens, whatever you want to say. Just because, look, if you want to make a change and you need to get a different voice in the room, what's easier, you know, sacking the coach or trading the star player? You're probably going to sack the coach and eat whatever the money he's making, rather than you lose your star player, Nico Harrison style, and everything just fall on your face. So, unfortunately, if Jamal don't turn it round and they don't start putting wins on the board, Paolo's still not happy in the offense and he still doesn't know, you know, what he's doing and what the others are doing. Magic ain't doing nothing. You can forget about my finals pick because it will be egg all over my face.
I mean, finals pick is it's a shout though. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a strong shout,
I
but it's
understand,
not
but I had
obvious.
when I was making the points. Did you not see where I was coming from in regards to
Yeah.
look at what they've done with the roster? Look what they project to be. Not the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. I didn't think they were going to be that again.
I mean, there's always hype about teams and like their roster construction over the off season. And if they've been knocked down or knocked out back to back first rounds, and they haven't really put up much of a fight of only won two games in the two series. Finals shouts, it's a lot. You know what I mean? Like they have to bring in a LeBron type player. I mean Desmond Bain, yeah, he's a good shooter, good
Mhm.
connective playmaker, but in terms of a needle mover, I don't know. You know what I mean? Is he worth four first round picks? Luca wasn't even worth four first round picks. You know what I mean? So it's just it's just one. Shout out Nico, man.
Oh,
I mean,
Nico,
shout
dog.
out Nico.
You
Tell me
know,
you're not getting another getting another gig,
you're
man.
never getting another job, my brother in Christ. It's like, you know, what's that Nets GM from back in the day? Billy Sutton. Oh, I don't remember his name.
Uh,
The one who traded all them picks away.
yeah,
He never saw the
bro.
light of
He
day in
never
the
saw
league
the light.
again.
I'm glad you
Bro,
said that.
bro
He
set back
never
a
saw the light of
franchise
day.
like 10 years, bro.
Um,
Flip.
I say yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, like we were saying, obviously the Magic's, bro, the Magic. This is a lot. It's a lot that they have to do. You know what I mean to steer the ship back to obviously where they're trying to get to, but with expectation. What that guy in Spider-Man say? With power comes responsibility, or
With great power comes great
that's
responsibility.
what I'm trying to say, and obviously the expectation as well. You have to live. It takes a lot. That's why the star players there are a different tier to, players like your Paolo Banqueros, because when people put them in certain sort of certain sort of conversations,
No,
they get to that expectation or they exceed it. Do you know what I mean? So now there's been expectation put on the Magic. There's been an expectation put on Paolo. Can they, like I said, stay the ship back and try and get up there in the standings? Can they, get in the playoffs and show me something? As of right now, it's not looking good.
not looking good, brother, at all. You know.
You want to play the last game before we round
Ah,
this off?
I thought.
Let me chuck the rock back to you. You know
Thank
what
you,
I mean?
thank you, matey, thank you. It's the game essentially we played last week. Actually, I think you enjoyed that. I thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed it
that
as
was
well.
good. It was
You
good.
know, wavelength. You know, if you don't know the rules, if this is your first time listening, stateside hump, for example, will pick a number when I'm not looking. Don't do it now because my eyes are open. And essentially, I have to guess his number by giving out topics, basketball related, and he has to give me a player relating to said topic, depending on how high or low he thinks they are. That has to coexist with his number. Hopefully, I've explained that correctly. It's difficult to explain, but once you see it in
Yeah,
action, it's easy.
you understand it.
Yeah. Stateside hump. Do you want me to start, or do you want do you want to start this?
I'll start. I'll start.
I'll close my eyes. Stateside hump. Uh,
Wavelength.
there we go. You know. Um, let's go for shooting, since we've just been talking about Paolo and his nasty shooting habits.
Shooting. Just pick someone from the Orlando Magic. Um,
Oh,
shooting. Um, Rudy Gobert.
Jesus. Okay. But I don't. You could be flipping messing with me though, in a certain way, and I'll explain later. Um,
Right.
let's go for athleticism.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Okay. Um, let's go for let's go for perimeter defense.
Perimeter defense.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole.
Oh, it's dark. It's dark, but I don't know if. Okay, and then my last one. Let's go for. Let's go for. Let's go for, as the kids say, aura.
Um, Aura.
Aura.
Oh,
I think this is a very aura-less player, personally.
yeah.
I apologize
Aura.
against Harrison Barnes from last week.
Clint Capella.
Again, I'm sorry, kid, but I'm gonna have to give the number is one because there's no way.
Number
There's
two.
two. There's no way that Clint Capella has any aura. I'm sorry. I'm
Bro, he's got
sorry.
braided hair now. Remember we used to have the little gold patch with
Ah,
Harden, where he
ah.
pick and rolls. I hated that thing,
Rudy
you know,
Gobert. Rudy caught a
bro.
shoot. He hit a fadeaway that one time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I bumped it up to a two. That bumped it up to a two.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jordan Poole as well. The defense.
he stunk.
Yeah.
He stings on defense.
Oh, terrible,
I was gonna
terrible.
pick Trey Young, but I mean, same thing.
If it was Trey Young, I would have guessed one straight away because I already know you and the Atlanta Hawks fans
Yeah,
are at heads for life.
Trey
You
Young
know?
stinks, man.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
they beat the Clippers though.
Mm.
One
Yes.
of the players hit like 8 threes or something.
Bloody hell. Grayson Allen went crazy the other night as well.
Bro, everyone
Yes.
lost their mind yesterday. Everyone.
Honestly, mate.
And I did not
Honestly.
watch a single lick of it. Hate to see it.
Terrible. Terrible from us. I'm just seeing Yusuf Nurkic hit a free. Wow. I've seen it all now. Um, shall I have my turn? Shall I have my turn?
Yeah. Your turn.
Close your eyes. I'm gonna go wavelength.
Athleticism. I can't say the word to save my life. Athleticism.
Athleticism. Let's go
Mm.
for let's go for Jonathan Kuminga.
Ooh. IQ.
Let's go for Let's go for. It's tricky, but let's go for. Oh, I don't know. You know why? Why don't I know? Okay, for argument's sake, I won't use the example I used last week because that was
Mhm.
Giannis. It was. I'm going to say. I'm gonna go for Drew Holiday.
Playmaking.
I'm gonna go for. Who is this kind of playmaker? I'm gonna go for. Let's go for. Why am I struggling for something? I don't know why. It shouldn't be that difficult, should it? Let's go for. I don't know. Let's go for Chris Paul.
I, I've got my number.
Do you? Do you want your last clue or you got your number?
I think I got it off of the first one, off
Go
of
on.
Kaminga. 10.
I went for 9.
I've. Oh,
I went for
I was
9.
thinking. I was thinking. But that's the thing, because I was thinking 9 or 10. But I'm like, it can't be 10 because the
Yeah.
very. Yeah, I mean, because obviously it goes on 99. It
There's
doesn't.
people that you would associate with 10. And
I
Kuminga's
mean,
up there.
Kaminga, bro, athleticism, Kaminga. That's a 10. There's
Yes.
not many that's more athletic than Kaminga.
Chris Paul 10 for playmaking, you say as well?
I would say. I mean, that's. I mean, they call him the point
6.
guard.
He's a little
Right?
boy now. He's a little man. You can't
Bro,
see over the double teams and all that
it's
there.
so bright. It's what Chris
Bro.
Paul's doing in LA right now. Call it off now, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Call off that world tour, whatever. Bro, call it off,
A
man.
well tour.
Bro,
Man.
I
Man.
hate it had to be him. He looks so
Yuck.
old.
You know.
Fuck.
Um,
But yeah, no,
would you like
that was a good one. That's a good one.
yeah. Would you like to go again or would you like me to go again?
You go again one more time, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's go for wavelength.
Let's go for aura this time.
Let's go for let's go for uh no, that guy has a decent a bit of aura actually, the person that I was thinking of. Let's go for the names that are popping into my head, you don't even want to know right now, bro. Let's go for I'm gonna go for weirdly. I'm gonna go for Treyman.
Oh,
Weirdly.
all right.
Hmm.
That's not. Hey, shout out Trey, man. Yeah, hey, we birthed him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Birthed him. Let's go with athleticism again.
I'll go with. I'm gonna go for. Um, Grayson Allen.
That's ooh,
I don't know why.
Grayson
Well, I do know
Allen.
why. Yeah, and I do
That's
know
throwing
why.
me off, you know. Okay. Let's go with shooting.
Let's go for. Let's go for.
Because I really want to get this.
Mm, let's go for. Um, Ludor.
Lou.
Pulling out the heartstrings a bit. You got one
What
more
was
clue.
that? What was that? Jason Tatum thing? Lou Dort for freaking.
I'll
Is
hop
that
and join.
fucking cover cover, bro?
Yo, nah,
Shooting Lou
Ludor.
Dort.
Yeah,
Wow. So shooting Lou Dort, athleticism, Grayson
Grayson
Allen,
Allen.
aura,
Trey man.
Trayman, playmaking.
Um, I'll go for. I'll go for. Um, Ooh, good one. Anthony Edwards.
Shooting.
That's for playmaking.
Oh, playmaking. I want to go 6.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It was 5, matey. 5. It was 5. You know.
Ah,
Because Trey Man, like the baggy thing is like it's for some people, it's not for others.
but true. But
Grayson
some people
Allen,
are
like
saying,
yeah, it's a good he's a good athlete in terms of like getting around the court, like he doesn't get tired that often. He can
yeah.
dunk as well a little bit. And it's not the greatest playmaker, but he's I just say he's mid, you know. And Lou Dort's a mid shooter, you know.
Let's not say with too much chance.
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's Champ Lou, man. You know what I mean? Shout out Champ, man. That's Champ Dort. Aye,
Jesus.
fair enough.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, it was me. That's to close my eyes.
Yeah,
Sorry, boss. I'm not looking. Promise you.
wavelength.
Okay. Let's go for some other mid range.
SGA.
Shooting.
Steph Curry.
It's a 10. Yeah, I don't need the rest. I don't need the rest, big man.
You're not gonna ask the rest like aura or playmaking or whatever.
You would have said shit again. No, you, mate. You know what? Because I got it easy, I'll let you go again. How about that? I'll let you go again.
It's level 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy as you like. And I'll get this one as well. Easy as you like. Go on.
Wavelength.
Let's go for mid-range again.
Ooh. Mid-range. Jaylen Brown.
Oh, okay.
That's the exact face I wanted you to pull.
Yeah, that's very subjective, to be honest.
Right.
Okay. Some years he's hitting, some years it's like maybe just take more threes, buddy. Okay, let's go for let's go for what topic should I even say, bruv? Let's go for defense.
Defense.
All round defense.
Ooh. Marcus Smart.
Oh, you thrown me crazy. You thrown me like crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for speed.
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 Speed. Let's go with speed.
It's not easy now.
Mikal Bridges.
I wouldn't say he's fast. Not slow, but I wouldn't say he's okay. Okay.
Got him.
I have no idea where you are right now, bro. Honestly, my last one. Let's go for ball handling.
Ball handling. Right. Let me look at the guards here. Who do we have? Ball handling.
Could be some forwards in there as well that handle the ball.
True.
Some big men handle the ball. A lot of those now these
days. KD.
As he's gotten older, his handles are right, you know. Still not. Marcus Smart threw me for a loop. Yeah. That's the defensive player of the year, you know.
I mean, if they're giving it to him, they might as well start giving it to everyone else. You know what I mean? Him and Triple J. Absolute fast, man. What? Tell me AD hasn't won one, but Marcus Smart and Triple J. Honestly.
I'm going to go for...
What number?
I'm going to go for... 6.
Final answer?
Jesus. Yes. Final answer.
It was 7. It was 7.
Should have written.
Marcus Smart will still give you... Marcus Smart will still give you defense, but he's
Yeah.
still undersized. He's kind of lost that little bit.
Yeah,
And,
fair. Yeah, fair.
and then
Like a few years
KD
ago, I would
is,
have given him an 8 or 9 easy.
but in 2025, absolutely not. I mean,
No.
KD as well. His handle is pretty good, but then certain times he can walk in turnover. But
Yeah.
that's still my goat.
Jalen Brown.
Who else? Who else did we even say?
Jalen Brown and
Jalen Brown. His mid range, not bad. It's
Mikal Bridges.
respectable.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges, he's not slow, but he's not blistering.
Yeah. On defense, he can be quick. Like he's got quick like hands instincts in regards to that.
Exactly. So he's kind of like middle of the pack, just a bit up.
I undersold them boys. I did.
That's
Undersold them.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not a bad
It's a
game.
great game.
Yeah. You know. Now, did I win? Of course I did. You know.
I mean, it's not bad. We'll be back together again next week.
Whatever you say, sunshine.
What episode was this? 58?
Oh, this is episode 58.
58.
Mm.
I mean, obviously, before we go, as I am, running point, wanted to shout out OKC 10-1. You know what I mean? Shout out Shea MVP. Hey, it's not easy. I mean, we're on a 2-game winning streak, but it's not easy. We've played 11 games, won 10. Shea's scored 30 points in 10 out of the 11 games. Best player in the world? I think so. Do you know what I mean? We posted a video on it on socials. Go and have your say. If you think Shea is the best player in the world,
Please do.
If you want to lie in the comments as well and say he's not, you're welcome to that opinion as well.
There's no lies told here. Don't worry.
And obviously, I mean, international break, so Arsenal and United, these two teams, they can't hurt us. Do you know what I mean?
Can't hurt me.
So we can go out and touch grass. Happy birthday again.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Uncle, stay sat, Gabs.
Hey.
Uncle.
Uncle.
Do you know what I mean? Both finally reaching that type of milestone. You look in the mirror, like, where's this grey hair coming from? It's got to that point.
Bruh, I get up, I stand up when I finish sleeping, and I'm like, why is my hips moving crazy right now?
Now you have to start doing stretches, Pilates, all of that stuff that you didn't think was actually beneficial. Now you have to start doing that.
You know how old I think I am now? I've looked into doing yoga.
Bruv,
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that,
Bro.
But I just feel like my joints will be screaming for help if I tried stuff like that. Be screaming for help.
After the first day, I know I'm finished. But after that, I think I'll be alright. You know.
I mean, obviously, like I said, more life, more blessings. Do you know what I mean? We'll be here every single week, same time next week.
Oh yeah.
Just lock into Stayside Report UK, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Catch it, take it easy, gentlemen.
In a bit.
Stayside Half, by the way, this point guard performance.
It's not too bad, man. Do you know what I mean? When the coach trusts you in the rock,
you know what I mean? Efficient 15-10 with 4 steals, no problem.
You take that any day of the week.
No problem.
You take that any day of the week.
No problem. We'll see you next week, lads.
Of course, in a bit, boys and girls.